So you're planning the Sacred Amarnath Yatra for 2025? That's fantastic. But you've probably run into the one big question that everyone asks. Which helicopter route is the right one for you? Well, today we're going to break it all down and help you find the perfect answer for your journey.
This is the big one, isn't it? The central dilemma for so many pilgrims, especially when you're trying to balance things like time, your health, or maybe you've got family with you. So, Baltal or Palagum? Let's dive in and see what makes these two paths so incredibly different.
Here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get right to the heart of that central question. Then we'll compare the two routes side by side on cost, time, and comfort. After that, I'll walk you through exactly how to book your ticket, and we'll wrap up with our final verdict and some super important tips. Sound good? Let's get started.
Okay, so let's really dig into this central question. You see, choosing your route isn't just about logistics. It's about tailoring this incredibly personal pilgrimage to fit your needs. Are you looking for speed and convenience? Or is a slower, more scenic pace what your heart is calling for?
Now, what's really interesting is that both of these helicopter routes will get you to the same place, Panjatarni, which is just about 6 kilometers from the Holy Cave. But the journey to get there? Oh, they could not be more different from one another.
Honestly, the easiest way to think about this choice is like this. Think of Baheltam as the express route. It's fast, it's practical, and it's definitely more affordable. On the other hand, you have Pahalgam, which is the scenic route. It's a longer, more traditionally spiritual journey, but yeah, it's going to cost you more. All right, so how do these two routes actually stack up when you put them head to head? Let's compare them on the 3 factors that really matter the most to pretty much everyone: time, cost, and comfort.
First up, let's talk about time. And you know, if you're on a tight schedule or you just want to minimize your travel time, the Baltal route has a massive advantage. We're talking about a super short flight versus a much longer journey from the Pahalgam side.
Get this, just 10 to 12 minutes. That's it. That's the entire flight time from Baltal. It is an incredibly efficient way to travel, and it leaves you with so much more time, and importantly, energy for the darshan itself.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the budget. And for many of us, this is the real deciding factor, right? Well, the difference here is pretty stark. Baltal is, without a doubt, the much more budget-friendly option.
Just take a look at the government fixed fares for 2025. A round trip from Baltal is going to set you back 5,500 rupees. That same trip from Pahalgam, 9,600 rupees. That is a difference of over 4,000 rupees. So yeah, Baltal is the undisputed winner on price.
And finally, let's talk comfort and accessibility. This is a big one. The Baltal helicopter route lets you skip a very strenuous 14-kilometer trek. And trust me, that is a total game changer, especially for senior citizens, families with kids, or really anyone with health concerns. It just saves an immense amount of physical strain.
And you don't just have to take my word for it. This is the feedback we hear from countless pilgrims. The ride from Baltal is consistently described as short, smooth, and just perfect for seniors who need to complete the yatra safely and comfortably.
So, when you lay it all out, the comparison is pretty straightforward, isn't it? Baltal is faster, it's cheaper, and it's much better suited for seniors and families. Pahalgam is really for those who have a bit more time, a larger budget, and are looking for that classic, scenic pilgrimage experience.
Okay, so you've weighed all the options, you've looked at the pros and cons. Let's move from just thinking about it to actually doing it. Let's talk about booking your ticket.
Now listen, this is super important. You should always use the official portal. To avoid agents, to avoid any hidden fees, and to steer clear of potential scams, you've got to book directly at helicopterbooking.org. It's the only guaranteed way to secure your tickets reliably.
And the good news is, the process itself is just 4 super simple steps. You just go to the website, pick your route and date, upload your Yatra permit and your ID, and then complete the payment. Your tickets get sent right to you through WhatsApp and email. It's honestly that easy.
And hey, let me give you a little pro tip here. If you want to get your preferred dates and just avoid that whole peak season rush, you've got to book your tickets well before July. Seriously, booking early is the absolute key to a stress-free experience.
All right, let's bring it all together now with the final verdict and some absolutely essential tips for your pilgrimage.
At the end of the day, your choice really just boils down to this one simple principle. You choose Baltal for speed and practicality, you choose Palagam for the scenery and a more traditional pace. The right answer? It depends completely on what you prioritize for your own personal journey.
So here are your key takeaways for 2025. Just remember these points. For most families and seniors, Baltal is simply the most practical choice. Make sure you book your tickets early and online to skip the rush. Always check the weather conditions before your flight. And finally, keep your Yatra permit and your ID handy at all times.
So there you have it. We've laid out the facts, we've walked through the steps. The choice between Baltal and Pahagam should be much clearer now, based on your own personal needs. So, the only question left is, now that you know the path, are you ready for the journey? Have a safe and truly blessed Yatra.